Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dave coming to you again. I want to do a video for you today. My 15th video of my 21 video challenge. So that's been a pretty good accomplishment. I'm pretty excited. Today I want to cover a topic of the fastest way to get your first sale, or kind of like the demographics of it, so to speak. So the fastest way to get your most sale is, with some people, sales is just like in their genes. It just seems like it comes natural. So sales really for some people, maybe not so much as sales. Gene is just a gift of gab. Some people just have the gift of gab that makes people feel relaxed, make people feel comfortable where they start, spilling the beans, so to speak, and they start telling you kind of what's wrong. But my first tip is, years ago, probably like 5 years ago or so now, since the time of this taping, I tried sales. I tried card sales for the first time and failed miserably. So my big worry, I think, and probably my first tip, the fastest way to get your first sale is belief. You're gonna have to have in your mind, because most people, what some people are going to think is any kind of doing sales or asking for sales and doing sales, that sales they connect the sales with being salesy. So a lot of people are probably scared of doing sales because they're scared how they're going to come across. They're thinking they're like, we have to do the sleazy taxes, the sleazy car salesman, which the sleazy car salesman does get a bad rap because I worked with a couple of good guys. But nevertheless, you're always going to be thinking that it's salesy, and then if you're constantly thinking that, then unintentionally what you're going to be thinking is that's how you're going to come across. You're unintentionally going to come across that way. Just because how your demeanor, how you're talking, you're going to be in your head. You're not going to be as confident, as what you may normally. You're going to be constantly thinking about whether that customer is thinking you're like a crazy person, don't know what the heck you're doing. So just don't connect, or try not to to connect sales with being salesy. Remember, the goal and the end goal of all this is you want to make a sale, basically. But you're really going to be mindful of you're going to really have to be mindful and keep in mind that trying to get your first sale is you're keeping mindful that you're helping the customer to solve a problem. That's the disposition that you're making. Just want to be mindful that you are giving the customer an opportunity for you to help them. That's kind of what the point I'm trying to get across here. So I just want to keep in mind, and if you think in your mind, you think the product or service or tool or whatever it is that I have would be beneficial for this customer, then you definitely have the permission to ask. Hey, I heard, just ask them, what's going on? So what's going on there with it? And the customer is going to elaborate, what their difficulty is, what they're having with their product, service, whatever it is. And then when they're done, like talking, then you're going to say, hey, I heard you, and I heard this point you said, and I think we have, or I have, or this company has, a tool or product or service I think that you could really benefit from. How about I show it to you? And the customer's going to naturally say, oh, sure, why not? And then that's going to give you permission, definitely, to ask for any kind of sale in the end. So then also another fastest way to get your first sale is ask for advice. And you're going to say, what do you mean ask for advice? And there's a saying that I heard most recently, or a little while back, is ask for advice and you get money twice. Ask for money and get advice. So think about that for a minute. It's kind of a tone twister there. So it totally relates to customers. When you're trying, you're trying to see if there's some kind of opportunity that you can help them with, your product, service, whatever you have, is something that like I said, you think they can benefit from. Then ask them. Starting the conversation with, what are your challenging areas, that you're having in. What's challenging you right now with the product, service, whatever you have, and listen to what they're saying, and they're going to tell you. They're actually, and then that's when you're going to say naturally, hey, we have this product, tool, service, or whatever that I think you really benefit from. That really help you, and then that's going to give you permission to ask. So ask the customer for advice. I see here what your Mr. and Mrs. Customer. I'm curious to get your feedback. What are some challenges you're having? So ask the customer for advice is a good tip. The third tip I had for you, the fastest way to get your first sale, is no means not yet. So kind of flipping the no. And thinking in your mind is no doesn't necessarily mean just not yet, or they don't have enough information, or something like that. What it really means is whatever problem that you're solving, or you're coming across to them, whatever problem that you're. Remember, in the end, sales is all about problem solving, finding out what the customer, what's wrong with their product, service, tool, whatever it is that they came to your store, your lot, your website, your whatever it is, however they have the vehicle that they came to your vehicle, whatever it is. I use vehicle sales, but anyway, the whatever they came to you with, or where they came to you at, website, car dealer, store, whatever. Ultimately, it's about they came there because something was wrong. They had a problem, something was broke, they needed to replace something, they wanted to fix something, they wanted to change something, update something. There was a problem somewhere that they had to solve. And basically, anyone as far as sales is problem solving, basically, and then dial in, find out what's wrong with, and solving that problem. So what it really means right now is whatever problem or that you're relaying right now, it's just not priority for them right now. They're not ready to handle yet. They're not ready to solve whatever that is. They're just not ready to solve it yet. There's not really a reflection on you, or your product, service, or tool, whatever it is. It's just, or on your presentation skills for that matter. It's just a matter of what they're thinking right now is no, is not right now. And no doesn't mean forever. It just means not yet. That's just basically what the customer's thinking, and how they're going to come across. So if someone says no, it's just your opportunity to learn, to look back on that no, find out what was wrong, and that's your opportunity to learn for whatever the obligation was they gave you. That's your opportunity that the next conversation that you have with them or someone else, whatever, you can readjust your thing, your presentation, your talking or whatever. You can readjust and learn, so the next time around, you can overcome the objection in the next conversation. So, for instance, if someone says it looks too expensive, well, clearly, most likely, what that means is you probably didn't, or someone, I say you, someone, whoever the salesperson is, didn't clearly identify the benefits and value that product, service, tool, whatever it is going to have versus the cost that they're going to spend. If you're really going to put a lot of value in, what the product, service, or whatever it is that you are the representative for, or you are, kind of relating to someone, really telling them the benefits of, hey, this product, service, tool is going to really benefit you and really going to, because you just said that this thing was not working for you anymore, or you need to change this, and this thing, wow, this is really the update, and, just relaying the benefit of what's going to help them in the end, what's going to help them. And in the end, most people are just going to say, hey, cool, so great. If you relate that benefit big enough, they're going to say, hey, great, let's do it. Sounds good. So just remember, you just want to kind of like paint a picture, as you're talking to the customer about your product, service, tool, whatever it is. You want to paint a picture of them having that thing already, what it's going to help them do, what it's going to solve, what they're going to benefit from, and it's going to really, help you a lot. So that's going to be the fourth tool for ultimately is the fastest way to get your first sale is the numbers game. Just how many people you talk to every day. That's ultimately what it's going to talk to. And because you're going to go through a lot of no's to get to the yeses. A lot of no's before you get to yeses. And that just you can't just get downhearted with some of the no's are going to come. You just got to power through them. Stroke through them and just power through them. Because you're going to get a lot of no's to get to that one yes at the beginning, until you hone your craft and everything get down. So if you're getting it going through and you're getting a lot of no's, then it may very well be you may need to tweak your presentation or tweak your something like that. But mentor that I work with on the group and the team that I work with, we do. He advises 25 connections a day. Now that would be a good starting point, for do 25 connections a day. Reach out connections, meaning like sales presentations, follow-ups. Reaching out to people, and introducing yourself to them, stuff like that. So 25 connections a day, or broaden it to 2,500, connections a day. Just not keep it narrow to just a couple of people. I'm going to focus on these couple of people and then see what happens, because that's going to really narrow your success down. So kind of broaden it out, address those two people, and then move on to, you broaden your scope to different people. So again, I say it's just connected with a mentor. Again, I reiterate, like I said on a couple of videos I have, just getting with a mentor and find someone like with a sales path or some kind of whatever product, service, tool, whatever you're in, someone who's already had success in that, who's already way ahead of you, is like in the leaderboards or whatever, or in the top of that profession or whatever. Get with them and pick their brain and say, hey, when you was where I was, what did you do? What was the first step? What did you begin to do? And I'm sure they're gonna bunch, as as my goal. And the team that I'm in's goal is help the person at the bottom succeed. That's the main important thing. It's the person at the bottom succeeds, because no one else is going to succeed if the person at the bottom doesn't. So that's kind of what I really like about the team that I'm on. So that's really successful. So again, it's just going to be a numbers game. Now the caveat is that, again, that's going to give you an opportunity to learn. The people say no, it's going to give you the opportunity to learn, to tweak, your approach and teach your presentation, whatever it is. But honestly, the more people you talk to, the more success you're going to have. Really, it's going to be. So just reviewing, it's going to be belief. Just belief sales is not sleazy. Ask for advice and get a sale. And no means not yet is your opportunity to learn, and really just connect with a mentor. Again, I say. So I encourage you to get with a mentor and do that 25 connections a day, or how many your mentor may say, or someone is with you, and then. I'm just curious to know what you do. If you got any sales, if this video helped you any, put me a like, and put a note down in the comment box. I'd be interested to hear kind of things you were doing to help promote yourself. Now it's a couple of many sales things, but just want to shoot something out real quick. So I can't wait to hear from you, and I thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys all again soon. Thanks a lot. We'll see you.